big buildings will mess up your roads. That's the topic of this episode.
Like, comment, subscribe.
So, we have our road network, which is based on the medieval system, and we have some housing that's already coming in over here. We have one historical building, but we need to have more. Already, I've got these roads that are laid in that have terrible nodes that are all too close and too wild. A lot of people said, oh boy, let's keep the medieval road network, until they saw the main roads go in and went, my eyes, get rid of those, get rid of the medieval road network, I take it back. No, we have to keep as much of it as we can. And to make it even worse, we're going to keep a lot of buildings in the way of the roads. What do I mean by that? Well, like, let's take this anti-aircraft tower. It's been converted into a museum, sure, but you know what? It stands right bammo here in the way of a major road. It has to now turn right because nothing goes through that anti-aircraft tower. You want to learn more about them? I highly encourage you to go to Wikipedia and look up the Vienna Aquarium and find out why it's still there. Hint, it's built to take a very large amount of bombing damage, and you can't blow it up very easily. So there it is. Nothing goes around it. What else is something that things won't go around? Well, old shopping areas, old parks, statues, government buildings, clock towers, churches. A lot of churches get in there. And some of what the churches are going to do is maybe not get in the way of the road, but they'll prevent it from being widened. Like, for example, we could fit a 2-lane road kind of easily through here, but not a 4-lane road. So if I put this down, like, let's find some road here that looks like it has the chance of being a major thoroughfare. Ooh, this one's nice and straight. Look at that one. All right, let's make it where it's not going to get widened. Bam, there's a church. We're going to do more of that. I may do this off camera, but hey, you know what? That just gets you started there. So we'll have these churches that keep us from widening out the roads. Next stuff. Well, we got the sports arena. That's got to go somewhere, maybe on the edge of town. But we got to have a place for the soccer teams to play. Some churches may get built back on land that is, the churches are built back with new materials. And I want to say that no matter what the denomination is in the workshop, I'm just saying generic Christian for purposes of this build. We'll leave it there. But, these are built with newer materials. So, like the apartments we have over here, they're going with fast and cheap, not necessarily good, but by getting them up and going, they're able to service their congregations much faster. So, these might be flexible. These might be areas where, we could place them by a road and then say, yeah, maybe it was built a little over to the left or a little to the right. That'll give us some leeway. But maybe they weren't. We're also going to have places that maybe belong to the former regime that we need to rehabilitate. So maybe an old statue that belonged to the former regime, we've knocked it over and replaced it with the disaster memorial. In this case, the past disaster is the war, not a meteor strike. So what about this thing? Well, this looks kind of totalitarian. In fact, it is the National Theater of Cuba. So, so we take this totalitarian architecture and convert it into a theater. Yay! That makes people happy. So we'll put this somewhere. And again, it will help to constrict a neighborhood. I'm seeing a lot of government buildings going in around over here, around the old center of the town. So the center of town is probably going to stay with these narrow roads for a very long time. And even widening this road here, I know I can't go with a 4-lane wide because, that doesn't work there. But a 2-lane wide works here, works there, works there, works there, not there. Now, I know some people are saying, hey, you can move the cemetery. No, I can't. That's not how very hard mode works. I'm playing on very hard mode. Once I place a building, it's got to stay there if it has historical significance. You don't have big bulldozers and teams of people walking into a cemetery and moving it 5 inches or 2 feet or a meter in one direction or another simply to make way for a road. You make the road go around the cemetery. That's what you do. Now, there are some projects that have actually moved all the graves and they've come under fire because that's really not sensitive. Leave the graves where they are. That's what we're going to do here. Okay, what else is a problem in the town? Ooh, yeah, we also have the synagogues, and I want you to please subscribe because I'm going to have a very important episode about the question of rebuilding synagogues. It's a complicated issue, and I want to be able to deal with it on its own terms and not in this particular video. Trust me, I'm going to do it carefully and sensitively and I'm going to give you a lot of reasons to think about how you build out your city with a past as I unfold that video. So if you want to build on very hard mode, whether you're vanilla or modded, please subscribe to my videos so you will get some historical background thinking as it guides. Again, as I said, we're not moving that cemetery. We're not moving that anti-aircraft tower. We are not moving that church. The roads will have to go around them. If I want to put in a wider 2-lane road, it will be straight here and it will curve there and come back into the straight, or it'll stay curved. That's the rule of very hard mode. So when I cut out of this video, I'm going to take all these buildings, put them down where they need to go, and when we come back, we're going to look at putting in better roads and getting some sensible looking commerce and office buildings in place, because not everybody's going to work in the industry. Not everyone's going to work in the industry.
Like, comment, subscribe.
With those big buildings in the way, we're going to have a great time building roads, aren't we? Not. Please like, comment, and subscribe so you see the next episode. It's going to be just as great as this one. Plenty of history, and I hope you enjoy this channel.